And we are live. I'm Adam. This is Open Late. I didn't change my name on there. You know that this is highly articulated. I had that. Whatever. I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to bother with that. Tonight, we are opening the PowerCon exclusive Spero Toys Animal Warriors of the Kingdom Tanger. Now you all know that I get all my AWOK figures from eCollectibles.ca, but this one was a PowerCon exclusive, which means that I wasn't able to get this one from eCollectibles.ca. So the fine gentleman at helladopetoys.com actually hooked me up with this one. So they had a table at PowerCon, and they were hanging out there for the weekend, and they were nice enough to grab one of these and ship it to me, along with a couple other things. I'm gonna open this, and if I have time, I might open a couple other PowerCon figures. But we will see. That's more down to whether or not we have time, because in about an hour and a half, I will be jumping onto the Toy Connection channel to do a late night TKO. Put a link in the comments there. So if you want to come and join us, we're going to be talking about AWOK. We're going to be talking about other sort of indie lines, and talking about how the face of collecting seems to be changing. I think more and more collectors are, looking at the big guys and wondering whether they're worth it anymore, right? When we're just getting kind of the umpteenth Spider-Man or the 57th Batman or, Luke Skywalker, Snake Eyes, whatever it is. We have all that stuff. So, do we need more? Maybe not. Maybe we need new stuff. Maybe we need giant gorillas. But anyway, tune in to Toy Connection for that tonight. And if you're watching this in the replay, when you're done watching this, jump on over there. I think that the link will still work. It'll still be in the comments. Sam Rock was here before I was. Master Versal Toy Hunter is here as well. Thank you guys for joining me. As I said, just going to be a quick video tonight. Got to get this guy open. I just couldn't wait any longer. There's a ton of stuff going on tonight. I suspect that there's not going to be a lot of people watching this live because there's too many other good videos going on, this not being one of them. So let's get into this guy. I'm gonna unbox this guy, compare him to Thane, compare him to his similarly colored compatriot in the AWOK line, the Feral Beastie, and that'll probably be about it for the night. Michael, what's going on? Ginger gorillas are just what this works needs. Just what this works needs. I'm not. Yep, whatever that means. Definitely. Eldor says, so you'll be going on an AWOK tangent there tonight, sir. Jolly good. Yes, absolutely. There's no denying it. AWOK's my favorite line right now, bar none. There isn't another line that I'm more excited about, and so I'm very, very excited to open this guy. I got it in the mail about a week ago, and just haven't had the time to open it. But I got to open it now, before we do the video tonight with Ken and Brick and a bunch of other people. It's going to be a ton of fun. So you guys should jump onto that when we're done here. But without further ado, let's take a look at this guy. So the normal sort of figures come in just a box. This one has an extra sleeve. Because it's a PowerCon exclusive. So down there at the bottom says PowerCon 23. This is Tanger. I only made the connection recently because I read the back, and we'll get there in a sec. But there we get the art on the side with the PowerCon logo down the bottom again. And then the same on the other side as well. So no difference there. And then on the back, we get, the bigger art, Animal Warriors, the Kingdom Tanger. Jadu, I don't normally read these bios, but in this case, it'll make sense. Jadu created this Tangerine Nightmare Tanger, because he's Tangerine. Of course. Why wouldn't he be called Tanger? Duh. Anyway, that's the sleeve. The sleeve's not that exciting. The box isn't that exciting. What's exciting is the figure. So here we go. The box, again, not that exciting. Similar to what we've seen before. The only real difference on this box is that it does say PowerCon in the corner. But we get the art on the side. We get the bigger art on the back, as well as the little kind of bio description there. There is a couple errors. It says a 2022 PowerCon exclusive. It's not. The weird thing is on the sleeve, it says 23 right on it, but and then art on that side as well. So there he is. There's Tanger in the box. Let's get him out of the box. Like I said, we're going to do a quick video today. And then we're going to do TKO. Let's get this guy out. He's a whole lot of action figure, I can assure you. Which is what I expected. All right. Almost forgot the hands that were, of course, taped into the box. Let's get them out of the bag. I love these orange bags. I don't know what it is about just the fact that it's an orange bag, not just a generic Ziploc bag. I mean, it is a generic Ziploc bag, but it's orange, which I like. I don't know why. It's like a weird detail that nobody else cares about. I've kept all my orange bags so far. So in that bag, we got the sort of the larger opening hands. In the package, we get this big chunky boy. Let's pop everything out, and then we'll pop the figure out. I'm going to start with the extra head. So that is the helmeted head. In this case, it's sort of the Chunari red, more or less. It's a little bit more brown. I'll compare it once we get there to the Chunari guys. Just like Thane, we get the big giant hammer. This one is just sort of a single color paint. I'm almost positive that's paint because it doesn't look like it's just bare plastic. It does look like it's painted that color. I could probably scratch it and figure that out, but I'm not going to do that right now. We get a pair of fists, fitting for, you know, a big giant gorilla. Now with the wave, what is it? Wave 3, the army builder, the horrid gorilla has the like the brass knuckles, but this guy just comes with the standard knuckles. So it's just this is just 100% a repaint Thane. So for that reason, we just get, you know, whatever Thane came with. The armor on the armor on the army builder for the horrid is a little bit different. Then we get this whip, which is really, really nice. Plastic handle, which is the same as, you know, the rest of the stuff. But then this whip is flexible. It's made of like a synthetic, you know, it's fake leather, but it's done really, really well. And it's not just 4 strips kind of woven together. They're actually, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see or not. They're like stitched, so they're sort of closed. They're you know, folded over, stitched, and then flattened. And then I think this is like glued at the top. I was thinking I might be able to get a wire in here, but I don't know if I'm going to need to. I mean, it does hold some shape on its own, and I think I'll just be able to kind of manipulate it enough to get it to, you know, do what I need it to do as far as posing and stuff like that. But yeah, this is really cool. I didn't really know what to expect from the whip when I saw the initial pictures of it, but it's very nice. Yeah, excited for that. Now, I forgot that I was going to need scissors, so bear with me for a sec here. You guys stare at that. Let's jump into the comments here, which kind of crept up on me. There was like none for a minute. Now there's a whole bunch. Jeremy Kimberlin, now with 25% more beard. said that this line has me intrigued. Man, it's a great line. They are fantastic action figures. I strongly recommend to anybody to just get one. Just grab, one of the figures, whichever one's your favorite, just to kind of see and sort of have one in hand for yourself, because the quality on them, considering it's a Kickstarter, this is like effectively like the first kind of round that they've done. And they are phenomenal. They're really, really well made. They're very, very sturdy. Very, very nice figures. All right, I'm gonna get this guy out of here. How am I gonna do this? Got that one. Oh, that's an extra. I think I gotta go from this side, so I gotta do it off camera. Hold on one second. I think I got them all. Hold on. I guess I'll know if he comes out of the plastic. Success! There he is. Big chunky boy. Big chunky orange boy. Man, this guy's so good. Thane was awesome too. Thane is awesome too. I absolutely love these figures. Big, big, chunky boys. The color's great. He's just a very vibrant orange. The golds, the blues are very vibrant. There's metallic on the buckle. There's metallic on the belt. And that's it for metallic on this figure, including the head. So there's a little bit less of the metallic paint than we've seen on a bunch of other AWOK figures. But that being said, I mean, the color palette is really, really fun, very vibrant. Definitely one of the things about AWOK that I really like is that they look great on the shelf. They're a lot of fun, and there's plenty of variety as far as, colors and stuff like that. And they're just a ton of fun. As I said, I'm not going to go over the articulation or anything like that. I've done that with the other figures. There's other videos out there that do that much better than I will, because they're professionals and they just do a better job. Their sets aren't split like that. Just kidding. Ken is here. What's going on, Ken? Apparently everyone's live tonight. Yes, and that was, I mean, I'm kind of rushing through this, not expecting anybody to watch this because everybody else is live on a Saturday and doing better videos and more fun videos than I am. Michael said Spero Toys giving out a dime bag for every figure. Yeah, man, they absolutely are. It's a little orange one too, so you know who the dealer is when you get your dime bag from Spero. Radical Toys says hi all. What's going on, Radical Toys? Nolan said can't wait for him. Should be here this coming week. Yeah, great figure. I mean, great figure. You get, like I said, you get all the stuff that came with Thane, and then the bonus of the whip. So, let me set this up as I do, as I always do, because it's what I do. The whip is really, really fun. I don't know what I'm going to do with the whip, but it's definitely a cool accessory. Gonna whip it good, I guess. I don't know. Terrible joke, but still. This is probably the worst part of me doing these unboxing is like the time that I take to set these up and make it look presentable. I don't know why I do it. It just I feel compelled to do it for some reason. There, that'll do. I'm okay with that. There, that's a little better. So now I'm even more happy. Let's see. Mr. Wonderful is here. I'm watching real quick. Dude says better. Huh? Anyway, Michael says I'm about to get into AWOK next month after resisting for about 4 months. Yeah, I think there's still quite a few people that are on the fence. I think there's still people that are sort of waiting for a figure or a species or something like that to sort of push them over the edge a little bit. My suggestion is there's a couple that you don't want to sleep on, that you're going to want to get. Make sure you get a Vero Atlas. They're only going to be made once. They won't be reprinted. They won't be remade. They're not that hard to get at the moment, but they will be. I can assure you. Okay, so that's Tanger. He's awesome. Like I said, you get the alternate head, you get the extra hands, you get the hammer, and you get the whip. Now, in comparison to the one that came before, we of course had Thane. Thane is the one of the big protagonists in the show. Sure, let's call it a show. Not yet, it's not a show, but hopefully it will be. But Thane's got, like I said, more metallic. So all of his armor is metallic. Shin guards are metallic. Whereas Tanger is a little more muted. He's also not got the paint on the chest, but he does have a unique paint app on his face, which I didn't mention, but I should mention a little bit more. My only gripe about this figure is that I'm going to have to go in there and paint the inside of those nostrils, because for whatever reason, having the inside of those nostrils orange drives me crazy. So I'm probably just going to get in there with, I don't know, maybe even just a brown wash, just to kind of change, just to change it a little bit. It's too orange is basically my gripe, my problem. Now, he's not the only orange figure. If you, in fact, picked up the Primal Ancients Feral Beastie, this guy's got a buddy. The color is not exactly the same. This guy's a little more, like, there's a drip of brown in this plastic, maybe compared to this one. I don't know. You could kind of see. I'm going to take his helmet off. It's not his helmet, but anyway, he has a helmet on. I swapped his gear for another figure. So if you're looking at your Feral Beastie and they don't look the same, you can kind of see that the shades aren't quite the same. The Tanger is a little more red, I guess, and Feral Beastie is a little more orange, if that makes sense. But their colors are similar. Now, like I said, this is a comparison. The Chunari sort of armor is more of a red, more of a reddish red, whereas the armor is more of a brown red. It's probably, yeah, I mean, they're similar, but they're not the same. They're going to be close enough. Now, I don't know if there's any other armor coming out that's going to be this color, so he might be a little bit harder to match than I had somewhat anticipated, but that's okay. I'm still gonna match him up with the Feral Beastie. They're gonna be a little gang, at least in my head canon. And in my head canon, this is another thing. I've seen sort of a lot of people that got Tanger kind of pair him with the Feral Beastie as horrid characters, but for me, they're going to be Chunari characters. Partly because I think we're going to have I already have a ton of horde figures, and I'm going to only be getting more. So it kind of made sense for me personally to go Chunari with these guys. But do what you want. They're your toys. Samrock, a little bit of a random question, but is there an easy way to get the leg guard piece off AWOK figures? Do you? Oh, this guy doesn't have one. Pale does. Do you mean this piece, Samrock? And if you do mean this piece, easy way? No, it's not easy. That's about the hardest piece to get off, in my experience. I will. So to show you what will come off an AWOK figure, this is Pale as well. I did the head swap, so don't. But that's everything that comes off of the figure. So all the armor pieces come off. And really, it's just boil and pop. It's just boil and pop. So what you're gonna want to do, I think I did a video of it with AWOK. I think it's, if you go back into the back catalog, you'll definitely see it there. It's not hard. It's just that's the most difficult piece. Like it's like in terms of I don't like in terms of the context of things in life that are hard, getting these off is not hard. It's just the hardest part of sort of getting the armor off of these figures. For two reasons. You have to take the foot off, and the foot is one of the more difficult joints to pop off. Although it's designed to pop off, it's a ball. It's a ball joint with a peg, and the peg is a mushroom peg, so it's shaped to sort of pop on, pop off. There's no issue there. But this thing is really, really snug. So I found that I had to heat this up quite a bit, like quite hot. So I do different parts at different temperatures. This one had to get quite hot to get malleable enough to basically squeeze it off, like to be able to kind of pull it off the calf, really. Getting the foot off isn't that hard. Getting the foot back on isn't that hard. Getting this piece off and back on is probably the hardest part of the whole figure when it comes to kind of swapping them and changing them. Like I said, I took the armor off the feral beastie and put his little skirt bit on Ash, which is another primal ancient, which is a basic figure that doesn't come with armor. And then I actually took this shin armor off of Tiberius. So it's totally possible. It's totally easy, and it doesn't affect the figures at all. They're perfectly fine, you know, once they've had that stuff swapped up. So. Michael says, I'm going to start with Blight with the face paint head swap from the Vile Villains head pack to mount Phobos and fit into Ilithia's Brute. Oh, that's a good shout. That's a really good shout. Yeah, that's a good shout. That'll be a good looking figure for sure. Jeremy says, "Oh, nice swappable armor. Absolutely, everything's pretty much swappable now on these big guys, since that's what I'm opening and talking about. The wrist guards will come off, the shin guards will come off, the skirt bit will come off, the shoulder pad will come off. This part is sculpted on though. So this one on his bicep is actually sculpted on. Everything else will come off of the big guys. I was kind of hoping that if the helmets would be like that would come off, because then you could like swap the helmets as well across different figures. But if you actually look at the figures and kind of measure them, this one's a little bit narrow. Like it's not narrower; it's about the same width, but it's about the same width with the helmet on. So I think maybe it just wouldn't have fit quite as well. These helmets that this guy's wearing do come off, and this will fit on any of the like standard sized ape heads, but it won't fit on any of the cats. So there's really only like one ape head besides Pales, well, I guess, and Collies. But then all the cats have like different heads, so it wouldn't have made sense to fit it to, you know, each cat head. But anyway, you get what I mean. You get what I mean. Yeah, that's it. That's Tanger. Tanger is awesome. And if you get the chance to pick one up and you're a fan of AWOK, I would say go for it, because I think these guys look really, really good together. When this was sort of offered as one of the stretch goals for the Kickstarter, he seemed out of place. He seemed a little bit lonely. I mean, he was the only orange ape. You know, it makes sense, right? He's kind of like orangutan-ish colors. So, you know, having an ape that was orangutan colors made sense. This guy, now I know why they did the colors a little bit different. This guy is, the colors are completely inspired by Beastman. I know that because I was told that. I didn't know that because I'm a Motu guy, because as you all know, I am not. It didn't even clue into me that he was a Beastman tribute figure until I kind of put 2 and 2 together about like, okay, it's PowerCon. It's kind of like a Motu con, although it's not anymore. But PowerCon does like Motu tribute figures. This is the AWOK Motu tribute, and it's Beastman, of course. What? Yeah, of course it's Beastman. I just didn't quite realize like how close to some of the Beastman colors these other colors are. So initially I thought it was more of this color. So I thought it was more Chunari colors. It's not, which is why I don't know that there's any other armor that matches it, because I think this was a tribute figure. Speaking to Jason about this figure, like this figure isn't in AWOK canon. He's not going to be in the comic book. Like he's not going to pop up where every other figure in the line will at least make an appearance in the comic book, which isn't to say that, you know, we won't see something similar, but Tanger won't be a character in the lore. So there's that. All right. 28 minutes. I still got time. And I've still got something else I can open. Not a lot of you guys here, so I'll let you guys decide. Do we call the video, or is there something else you guys want to chat about? Or do we want to open the Biblical Adventures PowerCon exclusive translucent demon figures? I don't know that I'm going to have much to say about them. I just bought them because they're translucent figures and they look really, really cool. And I don't know when my other D13 Biblical Adventure figures are coming. So I had somebody pick these up because I was getting that guy anyway. So I thought, you know what? I'll double down. I'll get shipping, you know, with these guys included. I got the red one and the green one. Jeremy says, hell yeah. All right, let's open those up. I'll get this guy out of the way because he was just there for kicks. Carl. Samrock says open them. All right, I'll open them. Let me just get Tanger, you know, off to the side so that we got a little tidier backdrop where I can fit them in here. I genuinely don't really know what to expect. I think they're going to be similar to like Marvel Legends figures, but they are done by Chris, who works for Four Horsemen Studios. So I know that the quality is probably going to be very good, and the sculpting is going to be good, so on and so forth. But they do feel like a funny like dollar store find in this particular packaging. They're just like in a bag stapled, you know, with a little card stapled on, and everything in there is just in more bags. There's actually quite a lot of stuff in here. Which one should I open first, red one or green one? I also thought they were kind of festive. You know, I'll probably put these up at like Christmas time because who doesn't love festive Christmas demons? Red or green? Red or green? First comment I see picking a color, I will open that color. Nothing? You guys don't care which color I open? Okay. Jeremy says red. Okay, red it is. As I said, some packaging I keep, some packaging I don't. Definitely not going to be keeping this stuff because it's a piece of cardboard. All right, so like I said, there's a bunch of stuff in here, and I'm not entirely sure what is going to be in here. So there's the figure. And then we get a Ziploc bag with more Ziploc bags. Oh, yeah, there's a bunch of stuff in here. First thing is a pitchfork. This is also translucent. Now, I don't know if it seems like both ends are the same, so I'm just going to put one end in and be done with it. Not really think much of it. So he comes with this sort of two-pronged pitchfork. As I said, it's like a translucent smoke-colored plastic. So that's fun. Extra hands for this guy as well. Quite a few, actually. 3 sets of extra hands. So he comes with fists on the figure, holding hands, like C grip. I think C grip is the appropriate term. Then we get like a whole bunch, and they're all kind of different. Here, I'm going to do them one at a time. This one is kind of like a menacing gripping hand, like a big C grip hand. We got this one, which is sort of a cupped hand, which will, you know, you'll be able to hold like a assault rifle or something. I don't know what they're for. I mean, he comes with a pitchfork. He's going to be able to use that in the C grip hands. That's sort of a, that hand looks too gentle for a demon. I think it's probably like generic hands that are going to come with everything. This looks like a sort of touched, you know, hand. Again, I think this one's a little too soft for a demon, but I think it's probably just a, you know, the hand packs are probably just going to be generalized across like the line. Most figures will kind of come with similar sort of set of hands. Sam said green. Red demon needs an assault rifle. Yeah. You know what? I'm not into the whatever that line is called. Here's my problem with toy lines that I don't collect. I don't know anything, like I forget everything about them. I know about lots of toy lines, and if I don't collect them, I don't know the names, I don't know the characters, I don't know anything. That line, the Fresh Monkey Fiction line, where they're doing like the vampires and the army dudes. Yes, that's it. You got it. Monster Force. Monster Force. There's like an Invisible Man soldier in that line, and I don't collect that line, but I might still pick that guy up because he just looks cool. Because it's translucent, because he's got translucent parts. We get an alternate head. We haven't even looked at the head that came on the figure, but there's the alternate head. I actually think I like this one more, just first impressions. He's got the pointy ears, he's got the horns, he's got sort of the menacing teeth. The sculpt on this is really, really nice, but I don't think, you know, being painted all in black is really going to do it justice. Anyway. Jeremy says, I ordered the Invisible Soldier. Yeah, that Big Bad Toy Store exclusive. That's the only thing about that line that I really don't like, because I just really don't like Big Bad Toy Store. I've had like multiple bad customer service experiences. I've had multiple issues with their shipping. I've had multiple issues with like dealing with them, and just anyway, we'll see. Here are the wings. So again, they're in this translucent plastic. The sculpting is really, really good. Texture, you know, inside and out, there's texture on them. They are pretty interesting. They are hinged, so they're on a hinge, and then this is going to peg into the back of the figure, presumably. But let's look at the figure, and then I'll kind of put it together, and we'll go from there. Jeremy says, I also didn't follow the line, but he looked so good, couldn't pass up. Yeah, that's like, you know, when they revealed Wave 1, I guess they haven't released anything yet, any like physical figures yet. I thought it was cool, but I was just like, I don't have room for another line, and it doesn't, you know, it doesn't do much for me. You know, as like the lore is like, yeah, I get it. It's you know, it's like they're modernizing kind of Universal monsters, and doing a line with it. This guy is really translucent. I thought there was something weird with the plastic. When my finger's behind there, you can see right through it. So he's really translucent. Yeah, and the sort of lore behind it, I don't know. I mean, if they did a comic book or you know, a little video or something, I might be more interested. But at the moment, I'm just maybe that one figure. But yeah, Jeremy, their warehouse is one state over. Took 3 weeks to get a package. I'm in another country, so you can only imagine how long it takes me to get a package from them. It usually takes them 3 weeks to release the package. And by that I mean like, yeah, okay, I placed my order, you know, I got my pile of loot, whatever, ship my pile of loot. And they're like, yep, no problem. And it just sits there for a week or 2 weeks before it even leaves, like before the tracking number even says that it got picked up. So I don't know what the deal is there, but it's pretty well documented that I don't really care for them. But thank goodness for the good retailers like eCollectibles and Hello Dope Toys and all the other guys. I mean, you know, buy from whoever you want. But Michael says, "Yeah, I'll make those Monster Force figures with my Joes and Valverse. They're too good." Yeah, that's what I'm kind of looking at is like, you know, how do I fit them in with other figures that I already do, right? So, but yeah, this guy's really nice. The butterfly joint is a little bit loose. The articulation though is really good. So this is the buck that's going to get used for like pretty much all of the first wave of figures. And the articulation is pretty nice. The sculpting is pretty simple. It's pretty basic. But since this is a buck that's being used primarily under soft goods, it works for me. Double jointed elbows that'll go like pretty far up. Double jointed knees, and this hasn't been heated either, and he's moving very freely. The double jointed knees don't go, you know, as high as maybe I'd want. I don't know that I'm gonna have, you know, Force Ghost Jesus in a lot of like crazy action shots, so I probably won't need it. But you know, decent ankle rocker as well. The figure itself is fairly slight, like the buck is fairly slight, which you know is fine with me. Again, because it's going to be under soft goods for most of the figures, I'm okay with that. The hips are again a little bit loose, but not, you know, he'll stand up. I'm not worried about that. But then so this piece is like a skirt piece, like it's kind of a floating piece. Oh, this head is really good too. So he's got like the tusks coming out of his mouth. This head is probably a little bit more fun. It's a little bit more dynamic than this head. So I think a lot of people will be really into the head that comes on there. That's the same. You get two heads on all the demons anyway. So you get multiple heads on I think all the D13 biblical adventure figures. But yeah, but on the back of the skirt, he's got this his little demon piggly wiggly tail, which is awesome. It's just a great figure. This is just a fun figure, and I'm wishing that I'd gotten two of each, because I realized that like one of each is, you know, depending on the picture or the situation, I feel like I'm gonna want, you know, two of each kind of thing. Jeremy says, you have Toy Snowman. We do. But I'll be honest, eCollectibles is better. Sam Rock, I saw eCollectibles at Toronto Fan Expo. Yeah, absolutely. He was there. Mike was there in the flesh. Mike, who runs eCollectibles. He's not much of a public figure. So he was a little anxious about getting out there and doing the show, but I think he had a ton of fun. I'll definitely be asking him about it more once the weekend's over. I mean, he's in the thick of it right now still. So there's the green guy. Let me get the accessories out of the bag here. And the accessories are all different. I will say that. The heads are different. The wings are different. The hands are probably the same. Yeah, the hands are the same. He comes with the like it's like a flame. Like I don't know exactly what that is. It's based on some art. So it's accurate to the art, but this is also in that kind of translucent smoke. As I said, the hands are the same. These wings are, oh no! The clip's busted. My clip's busted. That's why the wings aren't attached in this one. Oh well. Oh, well. Anyway, the wings are different. Let's, well, let me break it anymore. So there you go. Different wing. It's a little bit smoother wing. This one's a little more rough. But yeah, there's it's you get a pretty good view of the texture, I think, there. We will take a look at the heads. Let's see. Move that guy over. So this guy comes with sort of a simple demon head, you know, not as much going on as some of the other ones, you know, just still good sculpting. This head's fun. So this has, you know, the horns coming out the front. He's also got like a little mohawk type of thing going on here on the back. Again, in the all black, you don't necessarily get to see as much of the sculpt as the texture. He's probably got the weirdest teeth of the bunch. They're sort of jagged and sharp, and I don't think I can get the detail well enough in there. It looks really, really good. I think that's probably, I got to swap that head. Yeah, I like that head better. But, you know, same figure, just in green. So he's just in the translucent green with his green Piggly Wiggly tail. There you go. But I mean, these figures are just fun just because of what they are. Michael said, I love Chris from 4-H, but these figs don't look great. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, they're not for everybody. I mean, the line is not for everybody. I don't think it's, I think it's hit or miss, right? I think you either, not a judgment against anybody, you either kind of get what Chris was trying to do or you don't. I know of a lot of people that kind of steered clear of it because it's, you know, religious in nature or whatever. I mean, buy what you like, skip it if you don't. I mean, that's how I genuinely feel about every line. And this one was no different. I mean, if you don't like it, don't buy it. There's plenty of other stuff to buy. And you know, you don't have to like everything. My problem is that I do. My problem is that I feel like I do like everything. And then it's just a matter of what I can and can't afford. The truth is, you know, none of this is worth it in the end. When you're packing up your house because the city's on fire, toys aren't necessarily at the top of the list. They do come with these bases as well, and they won't be translucent with the rest of the figures. Like this is a cobblestone kind of look to it. But in that gray translucent, which is kind of odd. This is the base. This base is like sand. I think this is the sand one. There's a sand one and a water one. I don't know which one this is because it's smoky translucent. So it's hard to know which one that's supposed to be. But then there's a peg on each, and they'll stand on these. So that's, I mean, there you go. That's, you know, I think each of like the Jesus figures comes with the appropriate base for sort of what the art is based on or whatever. The demons, you know, can come with any base, and they did. They're just randomly, you know, on different bases. The hand doesn't grip this, which is a bit disappointing. Like it's loose in the gripping hand. Also, it looks like a mop. So there's your janitor demon. Now, let me get this guy swapped out a little bit. Like I said, I prefer the other head. So I'm going to swap that out. Put the other one on. I'm also going to swap the hands for the gripping hands and see if he holds his a little bit better. And I'm going to put the wings on. He's got wings. Like, he's going to have wings, so he doesn't have to, he doesn't get garbage duty like Janitor Demon does. He gets to, like, do proper demon stuff. Ooh. Sorry about that. All right, so there you go. The wings plug in there. He can hold his weapon okay. It's still a little bit loose. It's not perfect. The figures aren't perfect. I mean, they're the first sort of production from the company. What I will say, okay, this is what I will say, right? Because we got AWOK and we got D13 up here. And because I'm a absolute shill for AWOK. No disrespect to Chris from Four Horsemen. Michael, I'm with you. I love what Four Horsemen are doing, and he's a big part of that. Mythic Legions figures are absolutely fantastic. There's something missing about these guys, just a little bit. Now, just out of curiosity, because I have them behind me, he was saying that they're sort of most similar to like a Marvel Legends. So I just want to grab, who do I got that I can reach without completely knocking over my whole display behind me? Long Shot's a good one because he's just sort of a basic figure. So the Long Shot, there you go, beside the Demon. It's about the same size as a Marvel Legend. Just for size comparison. There you go. He's about the same. They're standing on the base, so they look a touch taller. If I swap him out and put an AWOK figure in here, the AWOK's going to be quite a bit bigger. The AWOKs are more like Mythic Legion size, whereas these D13 figures are designed to be like more of like a true 6-inch scale, like a Marvel Legends type scale. And I would say that they're pretty much bang on that. So Long Shot is going back on the shelf. And there, didn't knock anybody over. Scott Baker, guess who's late? Jeff Morris, what's going on, man? Good to have you here. Happy to have everybody watching. That's pretty much it. That's what I got. This is what I got from PowerCon. I wasn't there, which is probably for the best because I probably would have ended up with more stuff that I, don't need. But as I was saying, the first run of the AWOK stuff knocked it out of the park. They're only going to get better and better. First production, commercially available figures from D13, they're fine. I like them because they're translucent figures, and if you guys know me, you know that I'm a sucker for translucent figures. Would I have bought the demons if they weren't translucent? No, I did not buy the D13 demon figures. I did buy a couple of the Jesus figures, and when I get those, I'll probably do an unboxing of those as well. But yeah, these guys are cool because they're translucent. There's nothing really groundbreaking about them. But if you need a couple demons, they're definitely a cool figure. Like I said, the buck for these is pretty simple. It's pretty basic. It's pretty clean. Not a lot of texture going on, but that's by design. Like I said, they're going to have the figures themselves that are going to come out with this buck are going to have soft goods for the most part. So you're not really going to need to worry about that. So yeah, there you go. D13 demons and the AWOK thick boy. Yeah, that's what I got. That's what I'm doing tonight. As I said, right from the start, after this, I will very shortly be jumping on with Ken and a bunch of other people over on Toy Connections for a late night TKO, and I have posted the link in the chat there. So if you're hanging out on YouTube, watching a little bit more YouTube tonight, head on over there and come hang out with us. We're going to be talking about AWOK. We're probably going to be talking about Mythic Legions. We're going to be talking about all kinds of small boutique independent lines, and how in a big way they're sort of making a push to unseat the big boys. I know that for me, like, my collection's shrinking all the time, as far as the big name brands and stuff like that. So Jeremy says party at cans. Absolutely, man. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Some heavy hitters over there, some fun people hanging out. So gonna harass him about Heartbreak Kid. Definitely do, because I know that bothers him. I don't know. I'm not a wrestling guy, so I just think it's funny. You guys are all nuts. Anyway, it's been an absolute pleasure. It's always fun to do these videos, and it's been too long. I've had a couple kind of wild weeks. Hopefully I'm sort of getting back to normal, regular scheduled programming, every Sunday and every Wednesday or Thursday for an unboxing. So stay tuned for that stuff. Hope you guys can tune in. I will be doing a video tomorrow. So I hope to see you guys there. As I always say, it is way more fun to open toys with friends. So it's great that you guys came to hang out and chat. As I also say, there's so many good videos on the internet and on YouTube specifically. The fact that you guys are hanging out here is truly, something that I'm very, very thankful for. But all good things must come to an end. So until next time, guys, have a good evening. Bye-bye.